Purpose requires honesty. Purpose requires honesty. Oh, wow, it's not fixed right. Aha. Oh, oh, oh. Let's fix this. Fix it live. There we go. Look at that. Looks much better now. Looks gooder. Look at that. It's gooder. Yep, that's gooder. Maybe we'll try and take it and drag it down over here. What do you think? Yeah, looks better? Maybe we'll take the 188, drag it up, say, hi, 188. Yeah, that looks good. All right, peoples, good evening. So, happy Testify Tuesday. I didn't bring my water. This kind of sucks, but oh well, life goes on. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Because purpose doesn't start with motivation. Purpose starts with honesty. You know, the kind that makes your stomach drop. There's a version of you that's been performing, and then there's a version of you that's been pretending. And then there's that version of you that's been almost ready for way too long. And you know it. I know it. I know there's a version of me waiting for way too long too. You know, and you know what? We don't need more time. We don't need more inspiration. We don't need another sign. We need truth. And the truth is, the habits are what we are hiding behind. The fears that we've been negotiating with. And believe me, I got a lot of fears. But see, the truth is calling you, and you've been downplaying it. See, purpose doesn't respond to the version of you that lies. All right? It responds to a version of you that's willing to say, hey, you know what? I've been called for a higher purpose. I've been called for something better than what I'm doing right now. I've been called for something, for a whole nother level than what I'm living in. Come on, move. Come on, move. Really? Hi. Sorry, my cat played with the camera. There we go. Hi, how are you? Goofball cats. Gotta love cats, right, man? Gotta love cats. Let's go like this. Don't mind the mess. I'm in the middle of cleaning and getting rid of stuff and so on. So that's the thing, is that we've all been called higher than the level that we're living at. And that's where our honesty has to become activated. I mean, because when we try and activate our honesty, we finally realize that, hey, you know what? We're better than what we actually are. We deserve better. We know better. We excel better. In all essence, this is irritating. How my camera just automatically zooms in and out. Yeek! I got to turn that off. Because see, what happens is every person that's with us has something that we've been avoiding. We all have. Right? We all avoid something. You know, whether it's paying bills on time, to you know, making those phone calls that we don't want to make, to doing the things that we don't want to do, making decisions we don't want to make, having a conversation with people that we don't want to have a conversation with. You know, those borders that we have to try and set. And that's the thing is that sometimes we have to have that conversation. Sometimes we have to make that decision. Sometimes we have to be the responsible ones. Sometimes we have to face our dreams. Even no matter how scared we are to touch them, no matter how scared we are to touch them, worry that we're going to lose them again. Because how many of you have actually gotten your dreams and lost them, had them ripped out from underneath you? I mean, I had my 80 acres of woods in my house, you know, and that one night, week before Christmas, I'm standing out there being warmed by the fire of it burning down. It's not a good thing. And what happens is we end up getting so depressed and so chaotic about it and confused about our life, about why me, why this, why that, why does it have to happen to me? You know, whereas I end up going, not again. You know, and so we end up having that moment.
I'm hungry, and I played Minecraft for 7 hours.
See the blue light on the camera?
The blue light's always on.
Not always.
Yes.
Oh, well, it's okay. See the blue light on the camera with all the different camera windows open?
You're always watching videos of yourself, so how am I supposed to know if they're actually cameras?
Oh, all right. See the little red dot that says live? Live. No live there, but that means I'm live. So say hi to the world. Hi, world.
I'm gonna go.
World, say hi to my Hungry. Her name's Hungry.
That's my name.
I think that's your whole name. Anyways, so long story short is, how many of you have actually tried and had your dreams in your hands, where you're so close or you have them, and all of a sudden life decided, hey, you know what? That's it. You know, nope. You don't get that. Oh, did I really? Yep, I sure did. Oh no, that's okay. That was that wasn't the final copy. That was just the sample copy. The real copy's right here. Ah, my new T-shirts. Ah, fronts and backs. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, fronts and backs. Oh, there they are. Aha! T-shirts. Okay. You don't find winners, you build them. These are going to be T-shirts that are available on my website, that I have to figure out how to add it to my TikTok shop, because apparently I actually have a business account and I can't sell other people's stuff. I can sell my stuff. So I've got a Shopify store and I just got to move the stuff over to my TikTok shop. I'll play with that tomorrow. But yeah, check out the really cool T-shirts I've got going on. I mean, you know what I can do? Ooh, let's see here. How can I do this? Let's take a moment out and let's go shopping. What do we want to look at? The wow line or the learn to win? Or the mindset merch? Ooh, the mindset merch. All right, let's see here. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? Let's. No, because if I pull up the website, I know TikTok is gonna have an aneurysm because I'm showing off a website. But you know what? Wow, that looks cool. I mean, that does look cool. You know, I'll just grab my happy little camera and go like this. Look Look at them. Wow. Own your storm. Comfort is the enemy. Oh man, look at them. Bet on you. There you go. And that's with our happy little try logo. Man, look at that. Our wow logo. Scared and doing it anyway? Awesome. Yeah, so these are all live on our shopping site. I'll add them to the TikTok shop. I didn't realize they were actually live. But we got multiple colors. You can actually go with blue or white or red or, whatever color you like. So anyways, forward and onward. But yes, how many of you have had your dreams in your hands and have life just rip them right out? That's the other thing. This shirt here is actually one of the polo shirts I have, and it's not going to show up because, it's a polo shirt, as you can see. So, but when the dreams just ripped right out of your hands, and so what happens is we get scared to touch them. We get scared to go after them. We get scared to go back after them for fear that it's going to happen again. And that's exactly it. I was thinking, not again. Not why me. And there comes a point where we all get to that point. Instead of going around saying, oh, why does this always happen to me? Well, we get to that point and start saying, not again. And you're not alone. And it's not like you're avoiding going after your dreams because you're weak. You're avoiding going after your dreams because you don't want to see your heart ripped out again. But the thing is, though, is that your purpose keeps pushing you towards it. See, I'm a firm believer in the idea that when you have a dream and you're not lazy, it's going to happen. But when you constantly have a challenge that takes that dream away from you, your life is going to be, to put it mildly, HE double hockey sticks until you go back after that dream. Because your purpose is that dream. God put you on this planet to go after it. And the reason why life keeps coming at you is to teach you something. So you learn. And so what happens is people tend to give up on their dreams and they avoid them. And then they live their life in misery because they never fulfill their potential. They end up dying with regrets. And that's the thing, is people avoid going after their dreams because that risk is heavy. I'm not gonna put it down. The risk is heavy. The feeling of having your heart ripped out when you have your dream is there. But you know what? That dream is holy. That dream is deep inside you. It's bigger than you've ever carried before. And it doesn't shrink to match your comfort. You have to grow to match your dream. See, you have to grow to match your purpose. And your purpose expands to match your honesty with yourself. And when you finally admit what you're running from, you actually stop running. You turn and face the challenge. You withstand the issue and you own your opportunities. Imagine that. That's like, wow. And that's when you start rising. That's when you start winning. That's when you start becoming the winner. Because see, that pattern's what keeps you small. You go after your dreams, you fail, you fall off to the wayside, you decide you're not going to go after them anymore. You pursue something else. You go after that, you fail, you decide, you know what, I'm not going to go after that. I'm going to go after something else. And so you never actually go after you never actually complete one thing. You just go to the next and the next and the next. And your body, your mental conscious, your inner space doesn't feel complete because you're not going after your purpose. You're not going after your true dream. You're not going after what's holy inside of you. And so whatever it is you touch and you go after, the moment you fail, you give up on it. Then you go on to the next, thinking, you know what, it wasn't meant to be. Of course it wasn't meant to be. You're supposed to be doing something else. You know what you're supposed to be doing. It's a thing that keeps you up at night. It's a thing that constantly comes back to you every now and then. It circles back every time that you fail at something else. Well, you know what? I can always go back and try this. I can always go back and try that. Because see, you can't heal from something you won't confront. You can't break the pattern from something you can't acknowledge. And you sure as heck can't get past something you pretend is not there. You got it. If the challenge is there, face it head on. I need to listen to myself on this one because I've got a couple challenges, real life challenges going on right now that I need to actually just, stand up and face. I admit to it. I'm human. We all are. And we get stuck in that situation where we are afraid of taking that one step because what if we take that step and we lose it? And we get our dreams and then we lose again. You know what? I'm going to be honest on this one here. All right, I'm going to show this right here. Boom. Boom. Look at this. Woo, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh. Mm. Mm. Sorry. Did I say mm? I'm going to go mm. This is within reach. This is it. This is it. Hi. Come back down here, camera. Thank you. This is within reach. I mean, this right here. This is within reach. It's a beautiful thing, too. But you know what's going on? I'm human. I'm just like you. I'm probably worse than you. Because of the fact that I look at this and I think to myself, oh my God, what if I actually get it? Is it going to burn down in a year? What if I actually get it? And something bad happens. And everything is telling me, Obet, what if you get it and it succeeds? What if you get it and you launch the Stormwalker Outpost and it succeeds? What if you get it and you actually get to wake up in the morning and walk around the acreage drinking coffee, inspiring others, changing people's lives? And instead, what if I get it and I lose it again? And so I'm procrastinating. I admit it.
Hi, I'm Obet. I'm a procrastinator. It's been roughly about 2 hours since I procrastinated. Anybody else? See, we can't grow past what we keep pretending isn't there. And that's the thing, is that I keep pretending that the opportunity to succeed is there. I keep pretending that it isn't there when it actually is. I keep thinking about the negative part of it. What happens if it burns down again? What happens if I go for it and everything goes wrong? What happens? And you know what? Everything inside of me says, go for it. Hell, even my own AIs tell me to go for it. But that little voice inside my head, the one that I keep saying we need to shut up. Because what happens is we shrink around people who benefit from our silence. We wait for permission from people who aren't even pursuing their own purpose. And I am overthinking on the negative what ifs. And so, once again, purpose requires honesty about our patterns. Our patterns shape our future. You don't rise by accident. You actually have to try and do something. You rise by alignment. You rise by trying and finding the truth out with your problems, and you fully face them. You withstand them. You own them, and then you rise and you win. Because when you tell the truth to yourself about your own patterns, you reclaim your power. And when you reclaim your power, you reclaim your purpose. Because, see, purpose isn't personal, it's generational. You know something? And I'll be honest on this one here. All right. It's one of those things that my kids noticed how excited I've been the last few days over this. Now, the question I have to ask you is, do you want your kids, do you want your family seeing you pursuing your dreams? Do you want your family trying to realizing that, hey, you know what? My father, my mother, they pursued their dreams. They ended the curse. I have to follow suit. I have to try and be better than them. I have to try and go after my dreams too. Because what's happening is your breakthrough isn't just yours. It's someone else's. It's your kids. It's your neighbors. It's your families. Your breakthrough is tied to your obedience, but it's also tied to somebody else's healing. And that healing is tied to your courage. Somebody else's clarity is tied to your honesty. See, you're not just carrying your dream, you're carrying your honesty. You're carrying a responsibility for others, and you don't even realize it. Because your responsibility is the truth. And that truth is about the influences you have. And we're not talking about you being a speaker. We're talking about the influences you have on your children, the influences you have on your students, the influences you have on your neighbors, on your family, on your brothers, on your sisters, on your own parents, on your coworkers, on your bosses, even on the people on the bus across from you. Your influence carries the truth about leadership that you never even know about. Because the truth is, those people are watching you. They're learning from you. They're following you, regardless on whether you want them to or not. Before Facebook, there was people walking up and down the street shouting out what they're doing every day. I'm joking about that. But no, seriously. Before Facebook, people turned and read the news. Imagine that. Why do you think you're so fascinated about the Kardashians or the whoever, Elon Musk and Donald Trump or Trump or whatever his name is, or whoever's out there? Everybody's so fascinated about him. You're reading about him, and you're not even realizing this, but you're following them. You're learning from them because you're watching them. And people do the same thing to you. You don't get to hide. Your kids are watching you. Your neighbors are watching you. Your family, your friends, your coworkers, your business associates, they're all watching you. They're all learning from you. They're all following you. And you don't get to hide when people hear your voice. You don't get to shrink when they see your examples. And you don't get to delay when they see your movement. Because, see, purpose requires honesty. And that honesty unlocks responsibility. And you know what? That responsibility unlocks impact. And that's where it all comes down to, impact. That's where everything shifts. Because when you try and tell the truth about who you are, your confidence rises. Your clarity sharpens, and your influence expands. And that's why it's so important on a Testify Tuesday that you need to realize that no matter what you're doing, people are watching you. So do it with honesty, do it with confidence in yourself, do it with clarity, because realize that you are influencing the people around you, your coworkers, your business cohorts, your vendors, your suppliers, your kids. And your influence is expanding because they see what you're doing. They're seeing how you react. They're seeing how you move. They see your examples. They listen to you. They learn from you. Because you know what? Your next step is going to become obvious. You're going to stop waiting. You're going to stop hiding. You're going to stop negotiating with your greatness. Because it's time to start moving. It's time to start building. It's time to start becoming the person that you've been waiting for. So step out of this room because you have withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people seen. It's time to believe in yourself and win in a way that nobody can in a way that nobody can deny. Step up and make your next move your loudest one yet. Because I believe in you.